But if you have ever paid attention on this satellite picture, maybe you have noticed that in the south tip of the peninsula, there is a huge green spot. And you might wonder, how is that possible if all of this is a desert? Well, the huge green spot, ladies and gentlemen, that you can see from a satellite in the south tip of the peninsula, amigos, that is our mountain range, and it's a huge area. And the name of that place is Sierra de la Laguna. And I really believe it's one of the most unique places all over the world because it's a mountain range that elevates on an altitude of 7,000 feet over the level of the ocean. Folks, that's crazy because 7,000 feet is more than 2,000 meters or 2 kilometers. It means that this mountain range, Sierra de la Laguna, is higher than Colorado in the USA and even higher than Mexico City on the Mexican territory. And I think that's the reason why we can have such a very unique ecosystems on this mountain range, such as rainforest, oak forest, pine forest, and a lot of waterfalls. Not even to mention the diversity with the wildlife. We have a lot of we have raccoons, we have badgers, we have rams, we have stags, we have deers, we have mountain lions, lynxes, bobcats, coyotes, foxes. We have all different kinds of migrating birds. We have cranes, owls, barn owls, eagles, hawks, ospreys. We have a big diversity on snakes and lizards, and we even have skunks. Believe me, folks, you don't want to have an encounter with one of those little creatures because I won't go any deep into details, but that thing they tell you about that the tomato use help you out to get rid of the stench, that's false, okay? That is not true. So, I'm telling you all of this because about 20 years ago now, a huge mine company found in this mountain range a lot of silver and gold. The problem is they wanted to use the fracking technique. And please, don't get me wrong, I did my research and I found out that there is basically two different kinds of fracking. There is a kind of fracking where you only use the pressure of the water, which is not that bad. And there is the other kind of fracking, which is terrible, and unfortunately, that's the one they wanted to use in here. This is also known as the toxic minery, and that tells us that whenever we have a very hard soil and we want to soften it, you need to put some chemicals on it. The problem is, once you drill, excavate, and get whatever you were looking for, these chemicals eventually are gonna end up into the water. And amigos, believe me, if that would happen, that would be the end for all of us down here in the peninsula, because this mountain range, Sierra de la Laguna, is the freshwater provider to Cabo San Lucas, San Jose del Cabo, which is our twin town, La Paz, which is the capital city of this state, and Todos Santos. And Todos Santos is a very important place because it's the biggest town on the Pacific shoreline. And this mountain range, it is also the freshwater provider to one of the most important places around. It's called Pescadero. Maybe you never heard about this place before, but that place is very important because we have a lot of organic farms. Okay, so Pescadero is a very important food supplier to all of this region. So we fought against this mine project for over a decade, and only a few years ago, I am very proud to tell you that we won that.